I firmly believe that every Christian in this country should go through the process of deconstructing their faith. I believe that questioning what we believe, why we believe it, and being willing to accept that what we were taught may be wrong is important and necessary. Now, the idea of deconstruction is one that most evangelicals look at as only something that those without faith do. And yet, I came out stronger in my faith because of it. I realized that a lot of what I had been taught growing up was either just wrong or cultural interpretation. Getting out from under the weight of some of those toxic beliefs actually freed me to be a Christian that was more in line with how I believe Jesus taught me to live. Now, I'll admit I was lucky. I had a family and pastor that allowed me the time and space and ability to question everything, to talk about everything without the excommunication that so many Christians fear and experience in Christian circles. If I had that kind of toxic church environment, it wouldn't surprise me if I came out the other end of my deconstruction without my faith anymore. If the institution of Christianity, the beliefs, the translations, the explanations, aren't able to handle scrutiny with love and acceptance and understanding, then that is a religion or belief system that isn't worthy of the kind of faith that is required of us. Growing in your faith doesn't involve having your bias confirmed by the pastor, the church, or the Bible. Real growth requires questioning everything in a safe and loving environment that allows you to find your truth. Also know that deconstruction is a lifelong process. It's not a one and done kind of a thing. All humans, even Christians, who are the ones who wrote, translated, and interpreted the Bible, can be wrong, and oftentimes are. But see, that's why.
This is some sleight of hand. And the sleight of hand is the fact that he is trying to take the term deconstructing and do it in the same way that people have utilized or misutilized the term woke. Woke was originally something that African Americans use in order to recognize those who have awakened from the systematic racism, awakened from the brainwashing to which the American society has put on the former slaves and ancestry of the slave, the descendants. So now, just like always, they have to try to steal whatever term that is used that injures them, that injures their ego. And deconstructing is now the new term that they will use. They took spiritual away from us. 20 years ago, if a person said that they were spiritual, it had absolutely nothing to do with Christianity or any other religion. But now people can say, oh, I'm spiritual, but I still believe in the Bible. So give it time and people will say, well, I'm a deconstructionist, but I still believe in the Bible. You were never a deconstructionist in your mindset simply because you already had a predetermined landing point. You cannot deconstruct from the Bible and then yet still believe in the Bible. It doesn't work that way. You know, when you see a house and you deconstruct that house, then there is nothing else left. There is no foundation that you then try to build or rebuild upon. It is completely torn down, torn away. So therefore, you're not a deconstructionist. You're more like an apologist, meaning that you will go through the Bible, find out those things that were incorrect, but you will force them to still fit into the narrative that your religion is correct. And that is what apologists do. No matter what information is given to them, no matter what information they already know, they are going to quid pro quo that information right back into fitting the narrative of believing in your deity. And your form of deconstruction, what you are calling deconstruction, is not that. If you already have now it's great that you have family members that so-called allowed you to go through this process without excommunication issues. I understand that. I went through the same thing. No matter what I was studying, no matter what I was researching, I had a family that supported me and was not going to get rid of me from the family unit, regardless of what my outcome was. That's true family belief. That's true family support, rather. And the fact that no matter what my decision was, I didn't have to have a predetermined landing point. You obviously still had a predetermined landing point, and therefore you didn't deconstruct. You just figured out a way to take the things that you know are incorrect about your Bible, but yet still remain a part of it. So at the end of the day, please don't steal our term. Every time we get one, y'all keep stealing it, or people keep stealing it. Every time a group starts something, y'all want to be a part of it. The civil rights was civil rights for black people. It was not for all people, but yet all people have now commandeered it to make it fit their own narrative, their own political agenda. And now you're taking the term deconstruction and you want to separate yourself from the far right and make them, because his channel is basically Christians against far rights. That's basically what his channel is about. And now you're trying to take the term deconstruction and utilize it for your own, when it's not. You're not truly deconstructing, because there's absolutely no way you can seriously look at the Bible, look at the information surrounding the Bible, politically, culturally, archaeologically, linguistically, and still come out believing in this book. It's virtually an impossibility. You're just an apologist, and you're a liberal apologist. So you have a narrative that you've already decided is what it's going to be. But you have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.